Students, today we shall discuss Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, there are two laws for electric circuit by Kirchhoff. Number one, the algebraic sum of changes in potential around any closed loop involving resistors and cells in the loop is 0. You might not have got anything from this definition. Let me explain again. Let there be a circuit. This is a circuit. There could be other elements also, capacitors, inductors, like that. But we are putting only voltage batteries and resistors. This one is V1. Sorry, let this one be E1. Potential drop. Okay, let it be E2. And this is resistor R1. This is resistor R2. This is the complete circuit. Now let the current is flowing like this. Let the current be I. So potential drop across this resistor will be V1. V1 is equal to I1, not I1, it is I, because I is the only current flowing through all the elements. So IR1. Okay. Similarly, voltage drop across R2 will be V2 is equal to IR2. Okay. What the law says? Law says the sum of the potential differences or changes in potentials across the loop is 0. Now if you start from this point, again by going like this you have to end up here. So if I start from here, then first this potential change comes. Okay, here you look, it is a positive change because we are going from 0 to some higher potential, so I will simply write it as E1. Then if you go like this is a drop, that means some potential is dropped across this resistor in the form of IR1. That's why I will put minus sign here, V1. Again here you look, we are going from positive to negative, that means this is also a drop, so minus E2. Again this is another drop, so V2. This is the sum total of all the potential differences and this is equal to 0. This is all about the law statement. Sum of the potential changes across the circuit is equal to 0. You can also put E1 minus IR1 in place of V1, E2 minus IR2 in place of V2 equals to 0. This is called Kirchhoff's loop rule. Kirchhoff's loop rule. Okay, it is also called Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay. Now this is the second law. At any junction, the sum of the currents entering the junction is equal to the sum of currents leaving the junction in a circuit. Okay. Now what the law says, again come to another circuit. Let us suppose current entering here is I1, outgoing is I2, here is entering, suppose I3. Okay. Now this is a junction. Junction is the point where more than two branches meet. Okay, this is the point. Here you look, this is a junction. The law says the total current entering a junction is equal to total current outgoing from the junction. What are the currents that are entering at this point? I1 is entering, I3 is entering. So I1 plus I3 is the total current entering at the junction. But outgoing current is only I2. So this is equal to I2. Okay. This is the second law. It is also called Kirchhoff's current rule. It is current law or junction rule. It is also called junction rule or KCL also, Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. Now these are the two laws. Okay. First one is based on KVL is based on conservation of energy. Conservation of energy. But KCL is based on conservation of charge. Why this is like this? Okay. Let us come back to the KVL first. You look here. E1 minus, now you look, whatever supply energy is supplied by this battery is used up by this one and this one, because all are negative. Okay. Here E1 is the only positive and all other are negative. That means this is a supply and these are nothing but consumers. So E1 is supplying energy, these are consuming energies. So supply minus consumption is equal to 0. So total energy supplied is equal to total energy consumed. So this is according to the law of conservation of energy. Now come to loop rule, junction rule. Here look, I1 entering, I3 entering, I2 outgoing. I1 plus I3 is equal to I2. Whatever charge is carried by I1 and whatever charge is carried by I3, both combiningly are going out of this junction through by I2. That means amount of charge entering is equal to amount of charge going out. That's why this is called conservation of charge. Okay. Now next come to the first application of these laws, Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge. Okay. Here is the diagram. Wheatstone bridge is a device. It is used to find out an unknown resistance. What is the value of an unknown resistance? Here R1, R2 and R3 all are known resistances connected in the circuit. R4 is the unknown resistance that is to be measured. What is its value? We want to measure it. Then I1, now you look, other element is a galvanometer connected across this B and D terminal. Simply it is a galvanometer, and galvanometer measures the current. Here it is a battery with EMF E. Okay. Now you look, first analyze the circuit. Current supplied by this E will get divided at point A. One in I1 and another I2. I1 through R1, I2 through R2. Now again the I2 will get divided here. One part going here, another part going here through R4. It will be I4. Similar is the case here. I1 coming here from here. IG, that is galvanometer current, coming here. Both combiningly flowing through R3, that is I3. Okay, this is the complete circuit. Now come to the operation. How the R4 is determined. Okay. Now before going through it, let us know very important thing, that is balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge. What is balanced condition? Now look, the bridge is said to be balanced if the current through this galvanometer is 0. Okay, if there is no current through this galvanometer, that is Ig is equal to 0, then you can say the bridge is balanced. Okay, if no current is going here, that means I2 is equal to I4, I1 is equal to I3. Simple funda. I1 is equal to I3, I2 is equal to I4. This is called balanced condition. Okay. Now we want to apply KVL or Kirchhoff loop rule here. This is a loop or not? A B D A. This is a loop. Now apply KVL. If you start from here, first it will be I2 R2. This is a drop, so put minus sign, minus I2 R2. Go from here to here, Ig is 0, so galvanometer will drop no voltage, simply 0. Go in this manner. Here you look, current is coming from opposite side, but we are going from this side. That means this is not a drop now. Let me write it. First it is I2 R2. Okay, I2 R2. It is a drop, that's why I will put minus sign. Now galvanometer drops 0 voltage since Ig is 0, so minus 0. Then current going from here. If you assume it to be a drop, then you have to put minus sign. So first put minus sign. What is the drop? I1 R1, but I1 is in opposite direction, that's why we have to put another negative sign. So I1 R1 is the drop, but it is in opposite direction, that's why minus I1 R1 total is equal to 0. Now the net equation becomes, it will be minus minus plus, it will be minus. Okay, now I2 R2 minus I2 R2 plus I1 R1 is equal to 0. This implies I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1. This is equation 1. Here we look, I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1. Similarly, if you apply KVL in this loop also, B C D B, in this loop I4 R4 plus, this is minus I4 R4 plus I3 R3 minus 0 is equal to 0. So equation will become I4 R4 minus I3 R3 plus 0 equal to 0. Again I am repeating, if you go from here or if you go from here, I3 R3, this is a drop, so minus I3 R3. Here it will be plus, so plus I4 R4 is equal to 0. So plus I4 R4 minus I3 R3. Plus I4 R4 minus I3 R3 plus 0 is equal to 0. Now I4 R4 is equal to I3 R3. I3 by I4 is equal to R4 by R3. But I3 by I4, what is its value? You look, I2 is equal to I4 and I1 is equal to I3 because bridge is in balanced condition. I2 is equal to I4 and I1 is equal to I3. So here I3 is equal to I1, I4 is equal to I2. So I1 by I2 becomes R4 by R3. Okay. Now we have already got I1 by I2 as R2 by R1. Now we are getting I1 by I2 is equal to R4 by R3. So if left side is equal, then right side must be equal. So R2 by R1 is equal to R4 by R3 implies R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. Now you look, this is called the final balance condition. Okay, in terms of resistors, balance condition is R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. Here R4 is the unknown resistance, R1, R2, R3 all are known resistance. So 3 known quantities, 1 unknown quantity. We can simply find out what is the value of R4. Okay, this is the first application of your Kirchhoff's laws, Wheatstone bridge, how to find out the unknown resistance. Okay, so much for today. Thank you.